I'm Jonathan Davies, and I'm the principal bassoonist of the London Philharmonic Orchestra. It is funny. I mean, you think of the frequencies, you think of the madness of this instrument, the length of the instrument, how sound is even produced on it. It's totally bonkers. We all know the comedy role of the bassoon, or the kind of grumpy grandfather, lower octave of the instrument. But there's this sweet lyrical singing side that is actually what fully drew me to it. I think listening to the bassoon solos in The Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, I was really drawn by that upper octave for the bassoon. Composers like Stravinsky, Mozart, Shostakovich, they loved that singing quality of the instrument. Often quite eerie. You think of Shostakovich's long, endless bassoon solos, and also Stravinsky with Rite of Spring. There's almost a haunting human tone to that instrument. The role of a principal bassoon is ever changing, I would say. Being a principal wind player, you are often a soloist. As a bassoon section, I suppose my role is to keep us together. If decisions need to be made quickly, then maybe I can make suggestions to my fabulous bassoon colleagues. The bassoon's an interesting instrument because it sits between that singing register and this low sort of bass line. So we're often collaborating across the orchestra. So you'll have one ear on the double basses, and often we're playing with them and the cellos, sort of keeping the foundation there, not sticking out too much. And then often we're joining our wind colleagues with melodies. So I'd say it's a really interesting job to do because it changes constantly. I think the bassoon has this really unique role within the orchestra that's quite unlike any other instrument. I started playing the bassoon in school with free music lessons, which is such a fantastic opportunity in South Wales. My mum actually brought a bassoon home. She was a peripatetic music teacher, and I think there's an initiative to get people learning these rare instruments like the bassoon, viola, oboe, and get them in schools. I was totally drawn to it. I think I was just obsessed from a really young age. I think with its complexities, it's almost like problem solving, and the key work is quite complex, and sort of just learning a new note felt like a new challenge. Yeah, I was very lucky to start having music lessons with Robert Codd, who was the bassoonist of the BBC National Orchestra of Wales at the time. And I was given opportunities at the National Youth Orchestra of Wales. And so I was playing music all the time, but it was still very regional. And I think I always knew I wanted to live in London. I think growing up in a smaller city, I really liked the idea of, the big, exciting city. So it was always London for me. And so, I auditioned for the music colleges, and I decided to go and study at the Royal Academy of Music with John Orford, who was a great friend and still mentor of mine. But the Academy was incredible. I was given lots of opportunities. I had the opportunity to play with Maxim Vengerov, play concerto with him when I was studying, and I actually met many of the conductors that we work with now in the orchestra there, like Robin Ticciati and Ed Gardner. I remember doing a project with him, and Mark Elder. So it really set me up for this mad world that we're now in. So 2016 I joined with Vladimir as our principal conductor, and then 10 years has been, so really exciting, fast-paced 10 years. I think kind of memorable concerts. I think firstly in 2016 playing in the Concertgebouw with Eschenbach conducting Brahms 1. I know that was a concert where both me and Juliet, our principal flute, were offered the principal positions in the orchestra shortly after that period. So that was a real memorable moment of this is the wind section and this is the future of this wind section, playing of course in that incredible hall and that incredible programme. But especially as someone on the earlier side of their career coming into an orchestra with such a great tradition and history. It did feel like pressure when it comes to playing these really well-known solos that everyone's heard many, many times. But I think the sooner I realised that there was a huge amount of support across the orchestra and that everybody's in it together, the sooner you realise that, you can just get on with making music, which is what I always try and do. Other memories, just the amazing places we've travelled to. I mean, I'd never really travelled that much prior to joining an orchestra, so going to New York, going to Tokyo, been to Botswana, Brazil, just all these incredible places that I never thought I'd get to see. And doing it with colleagues who are friends as well. They're the best memories of being in this orchestra for me. Playing in an orchestra is really addictive, and I think when you start it and you experience that adrenaline and dopamine rush afterwards, it's almost like, for me anyway, that was it from that first experience. It was totally addictive, and I wouldn't change it for the world.